a light-skinned man or a dark-skinned man? I know my answer.
It's a lot of stereotypes that come with light-skinned men. Mm-hmm. I think all Black men are beautiful.
Oh, the politically correct answer.
But honey, I prefer a nice brown chocolate.
Yes.
But
I would actually go with the same.
Okay.
I don't know what happens. I don't really feel like these chocolate men like me very much, but I mean, I like them. They just don't like me back, apparently. This is how I keep ending up with these caramel and super, super light men, but it's definitely not my first choice. Ooh, somebody said we're not looking for safe answers.
I know. I gave you my answer. I'll go with the chocolate.
Oh boy. I guess I'll give my review of the first 2 episodes of season 4 of The Chi. First episode aired on Father's Day. There's a point to be taken, but before we get to that, this is Burgundy Baker on Instagram. She is one of the actresses on the show. Very beautiful, chocolate young lady. Sister's always on here crying and complaining about sisters not having access or promotion and all this stuff, but they never point to the shows that have very good dark-skinned girl representation. But I want to shout Miss Burgundy out. Go follow her on the gram if you like the chocolate, ladies. But let me get into this bag and this interview to review this first episode. It was a bit much. First 2 episodes was a bit much. I'm about to get your tinfoil hats on. I'm about to get into this conspiracy theories. But yeah, look at Miss Burgundy right there. A little on the thin side of my taste, but she's a very beautiful girl. Alright, real quick. So, as you know, the season just aired on Father's Day of all things. And the imagery was it was done purposeful, right? Basically, everything I've seen in the first 2 episodes of The Chi is why I avoided watching it in the first place. I didn't watch it. I binged with Shorty the first season because the second season was coming out. And we watched it together, whatever. It's like the one show we can actually watch together. Ironically, that's sad because I'm disgusted by watching it after these first 2 episodes of this season. As you know or you don't know, if you watch Breakfast Club or whatever, you know that Jason, one of the main characters, got kicked off the show because he got me too, because he allegedly did something too much to his girlfriend on the show. She quit, then he got the boot. And the new season starts off with a death and a funeral and a wedding and a funeral. That didn't dawn on me until I'm halfway through the show. But it was a wedding and a funeral. They didn't explain how Jason's character died. They killed him off, obviously. But they didn't explain it. 2 episodes in and they haven't. They just had a funeral. And then the mom, the gay chick that was on The Wire was his mom on this show. And she's like, F Chicago is trash. Get the hell out of here. It's crazy how much this show is like Chicago. And the fucked up thing is that as she's saying those words, how trash Chicago is and how garbage is, we find out that Monday after the show aired that Sunday, and that 3 Friday, Saturday, Sunday span, Chicago broke a record for shootings and murders in history in like 60 years. Like more than when the mob and the Italian mafia was running the Chi. Yeah, they broke a record. That's crazy. But whoever the writers are, they are taking their liberties to actually implement what's going on in the Chi. But the show starts off with the wedding and the funeral, or the funeral first and the wedding. But the wedding is of the gay character, the little boy, who one would say is the second him. He would be the next main character next to who Jason was in the last season, but he's gone now, so it seems like he'll be more the focal point this season. His mom is a lesbo, even though she had 2 kids. So she's one of those, she changed her mind later on, and, one of those type of things that happens in the black community. We know what happened to Jay-Z's mom. 50 Cent mom was a lesbian, Jay-Z mom too, both gay, but they still had a bunch of kids. Yeah, whatever. That storyline is in there, but if you watch the show, it's on Father's Day, the death of a black man, his funeral, and then there's a wedding of a lesbian chick giving a speech to her, what would be now stepchildren, about, it's like the speech that the father gives to the kids, or the new man, the stepdad's coming in and he's about to, I'm gonna protect your mama, I'm gonna protect you. Like, just the subs, the imagery, all bad. And again, it's like everything I'm seeing is why I did not want to watch the show in the beginning. I avoided it. I watched interviews of Lena Waithe, and I'm like, I'm not really interested in watching any of her content. I saw people in the Breakfast Club and other liberal outlets overhyping it. I'm like, I ain't trying to do it. So everything that I assumed or I judged it by without even watching it is happening in these first 2 episodes now. Now, that really did bother me, though. Like, the whole imagery of it's Father's Day. In real life, they choose to air the first episode, a funeral, death of a black man, the heterosexual black man, and then the lesbians, taking the role of the father and the man, and I ain't like that shit at all. And then there's another scene in the second episode, right? So the little dude hit one of the main character's best friend, dude down here. He looked like a dyke with his hair and all that. He his brother, his dad is dead. His brother was taking care of him. His brother was a dope boy in the gang. His boss killed him off, but had another gang do it for him. Now his brother's out of jail that they never talked about or explained in the first season. He comes out and he's got jail and he's walking around with this thing with a really funny voice. And I'm like, I don't pay attention because, it's really skinny and thin, and it's like, I just didn't look at it or pay attention. But I'm like, the funny voice shit, Spidey senses is tingling in the head. Like, all right, whatever. It's Lena Waithe, so I'm like, it's there, but it's not there yet. But shout out to Mace Jackson. He's used to be a WVLON in Chicago, political commentary, a black Democrat, but I do respect his commentary because he is about what's in it for the black people. He stepped down from that show and actually doing his own thing, but he had posted something on Facebook about he wondered if Reg left the show because he did not want to do the sex scene or love relationship with the transsexual. The character they have playing his brother is doing that. But the funny thing is, my shorty was like, she said he gave off gay vibes anyways. Like, she watched the Breakfast Club interview with him, and she's watching him on the first 2 seasons, and she just thought he was gay in real life. So that's, questionable. It was like, did he get killed off the show because he didn't want to participate in that stuff, whatever. But yeah, so the show's getting real LBGT-ish. Now, there's one scene where the chick, and I'm just going to get y'all references because I'm not about to go through all the cameras and pictures and all that, but the chick who molested Antoine Fisher in that movie, who we hated because the role she played and what she did to him, and, the traumatization of the little black boy getting molested by the old girl and all this confusion and stuff he messed up with. So we hated her character, and not very the most aesthetically in the face female. But, and I know we get killed for when we say this, but body is amazing. Like, she did a sex scene in the second episode, and boy, oh boy, damn. So me though, I'm like, alright, let me go follow her on the gram. First thing I see is some LBGT rainbow stuff, and I'm just like, alright, I'm out of here. Wanted to go follow her and stuff on the gram, but she's doing too much with the alphabet stuff, so I'm like, I'm cool. But her character, it's like, and I wanted to get into that conversation. It should be a separate video, but the situation happened with Ari Lennox, and not relevant to this conversation, but just real quick, with whoever, I forgot who it was that said this nonsense, but I got what he was saying about Tiana Taylor and Ari Lennox. Not so much Ari, she do got some strong features, whatever, but looking at her gram, she actually, like, watching her Instagrams, like, she looks like a real woman, like, and I mean that in every aspect of the word. Is just like the gray hairs popping out, like the little pooch, like and that's like I was appreciative of that, of seeing that in her artistry or whatever. Like, she not fake boobs, fake booties, all the stuff that they be doing and stuff like that. Like, you don't see that with her. Like, she be raw and real, and I respect that on her page. But I did get what he was saying. Should he have said it? Whoever said it publicly tweeted that out. No, like, that's stuff that we talk about on the low, and I didn't like the commentary that went around it because, yeah, it should have been said publicly, but that is how motherfuckers feel. And then they do this. Someone said, "Well, no other race does this." I think she said that, and I'm like, yeah, white boys do have those white girls that they don't find is cute, but they still would smash. Maggie Gyllenhaal comes to mind. Like, I even know that before white dudes even say that. She's that, chick in Hollywood, actress that she's not attractive, but she has sex appeal. Like, I don't even know how to explain it. But they have those too. Again, those aren't conversations. You don't tweet that shit publicly and be disrespectful, especially in a time like this where everything can and will be against to use you, and everything's a black man's fault. So on that end, like, yeah, but I get what he was saying. But this sister kind of is the same way, the sister from the Shy, that would be her. She, the body is, wow. But anyways, first 2 episodes, I really don't want to continue to watch it. I just don't. But it is the one show I do watch for Shorty. And because we end up starting other shows and we don't finish. I don't know. And maybe I'll just continue to watch it to critique it. But they're heavy on the LBGT bullshit this season. Like, they're heavy on it. Like, the whole like, I even saw women was like, yo, the honeymoon scene was unnecessary. We didn't need that. A big old strap-on pops out. Like, that was not needed at all. Then the imagery, though, of the whole, the black man is dying, and then the lesbians coming over, taking over, becoming the man of the house. And then there's a scene, too, and they're going with the storyline, spoiler alerts, the dark Burgundy, her character was kidnapped, which, or something happened to her, we don't know, because only 2 episodes in, but they're going with that whole Chicago girls missing storyline, too. So, they're doing that. But it's like weird. Like, I like the fact that these folks is working and got jobs or whatever, but sometimes y'all be doing too much. Like, I tried to support what's her face with How to Get Away with Murder. Way too much moistness on the screen for my taste. I just couldn't do it. Grey's Anatomy, like all these shows, like y'all be going way Shonda Rhimes. Y'all just be going extra with the alphabet nonsense, and I be wanting to support, but I just like y'all be doing too much. It's unnecessary. But again, I kind of understand it coming from who they are. I purposely skipped over the Shy, no matter how everybody was talking about how good it was and this and that. And I'm like, no, I'm good. Definitely up there. I mean, like, okay, from a writing standpoint and the storyline standpoint, it is better than Power. Power was absolutely trash after 2nd season. The writing was horrible in Power, but we was just invested and we kept watching that shit. But, like, I will probably do a review, or I do have an epiphany or a thought about shows like the one that Forrest Whitaker is in, about Harlem, I think it's Bubby Johnson, and the show that's on FX, I think it's basically about Freeway Ricky Ross, the real story about him. I want to dissect and talk about those 2 shows because we it's like we do promote and glorify that stuff, but watching those 2 shows, it really did illustrate how fucked up the drug game was and the impact that had on our community and what it looked like. Like, the shows don't hide that. Like, even on the show, I forgot the name of it, but the one in Cali, whatever it's called, it's basically about Freeway Ricky Ross' life. On that show, like, even it dawns on him and his boy, like, yo, we selling crack. Like, what you think we was doing? Like, like we single-handedly effed up the black community, starting at home in our own neighborhood, and then we spread it off from there. Like, we gotta have a dialogue about that in those type of shows because there's a glorification to it, but then there's like a weird feeling like, damn, yo, this shit was really messed up. Like, what really happened? Like, our part, what we did wrong in that situation, right? But I'm sure somebody will say the name of the show in the comment section if I don't. But yeah, the Shy is super moist, super alphabet LGBT, and I don't know if it's because Jason's character is gone that they're gonna run with that this season. But yeah, the first 2 episodes was you know, your gay wedding, lesbian wedding, first episode, second episode, they actually address the fact that, you know, another black man is gay on the show and with the tranny and whatever. That's just my thoughts on the first two episodes. I don't know. It's not a good look. I mean, you tell me if I'm crazy. First episode, on Father's Day, black man dead, lesbian taking over as the head of the household of a family. Next episode, a black man who wants his little brother to get him out of the streets and take him and be on him, but he's running around town with a tranny. But it's Lena Waithe's show though. She's, you know, she did trash Queen and Slim too. Yeah, that's my thoughts. What are yours?